Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pamela and today we're going to be doing a Q&A on all things social media, fashion week, working with brands, how to get paid collaborations, management, literally everything that you want to know about social media. I got quite a bit of responses, so I'm definitely going to go through this quickly but informatively. I have my computer right in front of me where I will be reading all of the questions, so let's get started. How do you manage your time with so much going on, like social media and school? So this is definitely something that I still struggle with to this day. I've been doing social media for almost 3 years now, and my biggest thing is Google Calendar. Google Calendar saved my life. Using a school planner and then having certain days where I plan to do certain things. So for example, weekends are so important for me. I always make sure that I have content days where I can batch a bunch of things. So for example, Sundays, my sister and I usually go out. We will just spend the whole day shooting content, prepping for the week, doing all that stuff. And then throughout the week, I know, okay, this day I'm gonna intern in New York. This day I can film a bunch of stuff. This day I can edit. Something else that has also been super helpful is what I just mentioned, which was Google Calendar. I love just planning out my week. Like, I just plan it out so that I know exactly what is going on. And with school, I also put all of my deadlines for all of my assignments up on my calendar so that I know what day is due. I am not gonna lie, when it comes to school assignments, I'm very last minute with them and I will do it literally like right before it's due, but I always get it done. Next is, how do you get invited to Fashion Week? So this year, hopefully next month, will be my 4th time attending New York Fashion Week. First time that I ever got invited was simply because I went on the CFDA website, which is where the New York Fashion Week calendar is posted. It gives you a brief overview of all of the shows and the brands that are going to be at Fashion Week. What I did is I went on every single website for every single company or brand that was going to be having a show, and I searched up any email that I could find. I would type up this really extensive email, not super long, but very informative, just saying, hey, I'm Pamela, I'm a content creator from New Jersey. These are my other Fashion Week shows that I have attended. I would love to come and do social media coverage, whether it is a TikTok or a blog post or an Instagram post. I just offer a bunch of things that I can do in exchange for a ticket, and very rarely a lot of brands will get back to you super quickly. Sometimes brands will literally email you back like the day before a show. That has happened to me before. They're like, yeah, we can extend a ticket for you. And the secret really is just to emailing a bunch of brands. Thankfully, since I have been invited for the very first time, I think it was 2 years ago, now usually get my own invites. I don't really have to pitch myself as hard as I used to. I still do it anyway because there's some brands that I would still love to attend. But yeah, definitely just email everybody that you can. Next question is my social media progress from my blog to now going to events and stuff. So for those of you guys who don't know, if you are new to my content, I have a fashion blog called Glamour and Guide that I started my senior year of high school. So I graduated in June 2020, and that same month that I graduated, I started a fashion blog. And on there, it was really just for me to gain experience and get a little more exposure into the fashion industry. When I got accepted into FIT, which is the school that I currently go to, I had no experience whatsoever on my resume, like literally had nothing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a fashion blog and I'm going to interview some people. I am going to just put my all into this blog and I'm going to write about things that I'm passionate about. It really was just something that I was doing for fun, and I still do it for fun to this day. And when I started posting on there, I realized that I wanted to start taking my Instagram a little bit more seriously as well. So I started posting more on Instagram, and then eventually I was like, okay, TikTok is giving everyone all these opportunities. Everyone's growing so fast. And ever since then, like ever since I decided that I was gonna start my blog, and then everything else kind of lined up after that, like, okay, blog, then social media, then posting online, then creating content, reaching out to brands, and then getting invited to events. I didn't get invited to my very first event until February of last year. So in a few weeks is going to be my 1-year anniversary since then. It really has just been a series of so much hard work, so many emails, nights where you literally just don't sleep because you're up sending so many emails and reaching out to so many brands. In the beginning, it's really just about grinding so hard until you finally just get that one person that's like, yes, like we want to work with you, we will send you this. And then once you get that one yes, you're gonna be like, okay, anything is possible. And that is basically how it happened for me. Favorite collaborations that I've worked with. So I have so many brands that I have loved since literally middle school that I never thought that I would be able to work with. Favorites have definitely been my more high-end collaborations. I've worked with Prada Beauty, Maison Margiela fragrances, or Giorgio Armani fragrances, Victor and Rolf, Kate Spade New York has also been very, very exciting. I'm working with them right now. Hallmark, Vera Bradley, like I literally love Vera Bradley. I've been wanting to have their products since middle school and I could never afford it, and now the fact that they're sending me products is just such a full circle moment. How can we go to Fashion Week events next month and start getting invites and PR collabs? So this I kind of covered in my question from before, which is to go on the CFDA website, look up the New York Fashion Week calendar, see which events you want to go to, and just email everybody that you can. Another thing that is also really helpful for Fashion Week is connecting with agencies. A lot of people think that the only way to go is literally just through the brand themselves, but a lot of these brands are already working with agencies that hire people to come and do coverage at the event, because obviously brands want people to talk about the show, they want people to come. Connect with agencies. I don't know if like agencies change every season. I've had some of the same ones reach out to me, but I know that if you either go on LinkedIn or follow different agencies on Instagram or just do some research online of who works with certain brands, you can definitely find that out. As for getting PR collaborations, I actually do 3 different things. I will reach out to brands myself, either through DM or email. Brands will reach out to me organically after seeing my videos, or I will sign up on websites such as like influencer platform apps, and on there I will put my information and I will sign up for any kind of collaboration that is currently going on, whether it is paid or gifted. Any tips and tricks for growing on social media? So for Instagram, that is definitely a little bit harder because I am still struggling with how to grow on Instagram. I feel like a lot of my followers come from my TikTok, so that takes me to the answer, which is definitely take advantage of TikTok. I have not seen growth as crazy for creators as how I've seen it on TikTok. Like we all saw the thing with Alex Earl where she literally blew up in less than 3 months and is verified on everything. We haven't seen growth like that since Charli D'Amelio and Addison Rae and that whole like TikTok beginner, like everyone using that app in the beginning. We have not seen growth like that, so it definitely shows that it is possible. I would not have anything that I have right now if it were not for TikTok, and I know that sounds crazy, but the amount of collaborations, the amount of money that I've gotten for collaborations, the amount of things and opportunities that have happened to me literally because of that app is so insane. And again, I have less than 30,000 followers, and the fact that I've been able to accomplish so much because of TikTok and just working hard, I'm telling you guys, that app, you guys need to get on it. Biggest tips for starting a YouTube channel. So I have had my YouTube channel since 2020. However, as of like the last few months, I've been taking it a lot more seriously. So my biggest tips would be figure out what your posting schedule is gonna be. You wanna post twice a week? Do you wanna post 3 times a week? Do you only wanna post once a week? After you figure out your schedule and like what you wanna post and the kind of content you want to do, I wouldn't recommend having a specific niche. I know that a lot of people say have a certain niche. I feel like post whatever you want, see what does the best, and then kind of go from there. This is exactly what I say when people ask me like how to grow on TikTok. Post a bunch of videos, see what people engage with the most, and then kind of go from there. On YouTube, I feel like it's so much harder to grow, but when it comes to starting a channel, definitely just get the right equipment. I used to film on my phone, and personally, it is just the most annoying thing in the world because with your phone, unless you have like an insane amount of storage, you can't really record that much on there. And also, editing on iMovie on your phone, I feel like is just so annoying. Having a laptop is definitely been very, very beneficial. Even an iPad I think is so much better than editing on your phone. It is doable, you just won't be able to have like as many little tricks and little like kinks that you could use like certain editing softwares. I think investing in a camera is so good. I did not take myself seriously when I was using my phone because I was like, it doesn't matter, like I'm just filming on my phone, I can put in low quality effort, it doesn't really matter. But when I got a camera, and I started filming like this, I feel so much more professional. I feel like people are actually taking me seriously. The quality is so much better. Get a tripod as well. You don't need any super fancy software either. I use iMovie for all of my editing. And lastly is just be very consistent with all of the work that you are doing. Try to post literally as much as you can. I remember when I was first starting out and I wasn't posting yet, this one girl said she posted 80 videos before she finally got monetized. So I know that if you do want to start getting monetized, you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So literally just post as much as you can until you finally get to that point. Do you need a second job with being an influencer? I haven't posted this yet on my TikTok, but I used to work a part-time job, and I'm saying used to because I put in my 2 weeks a few weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago was my last Saturday at my part-time job. For those of you guys who don't know, I used to work at a front desk for a spa where I live, and I was a like receptionist slash sales associate. It was really fun in the beginning, but then I just realized that it's time for me to grow. It's time for me to move on. I was there for a year and a half, and I was also interning in New York for a skincare brand, and I'm also in school, and then I also do social media, and I have so many things going on the side. I'm literally in a relationship. Like, I have so many things that I want to focus on, and it's really hard when you just have so much happening. And I feel like it was really a waste of time for me to be at my part-time job just because I was already interning for a brand in New York that I really liked, which was also paying me so much more than my part-time job was. Finally, after like 3 months, I felt like it was the right time for me to leave. But if you are a content creator who you don't really get super consistent income and you're not doing it full time, I definitely would recommend like keeping your job until it does become a little bit more stable. Personally, I don't know if I would ever be a full-time content creator just because it is very stressful. Like, I only do this right now as a part-time job because it is fun for me, but there are actual creators out there who this is their full-time job, and I feel like it can be so stressful, and it can easily go from something that is so fun to now being like life or death, and it's like I have to keep posting, I have to keep doing this to make money. As with a job, it's salary based. You know you're gonna get a bi-weekly check at the end of the day. If you are not making super consistent income from social media, I would definitely recommend keeping your job. But obviously there are creators out there who take that leap of faith and they quit their job and they make it work. And one day, if that could be me, that would be awesome. How can you start getting paid collaborations? My biggest thing, which I always say, is to sign up on influencer platforms and different apps. So I'm gonna leave a list on the screen of my favorite ones. I've talked about this before in another video where I talked about like influencer events and how to get invited and all that stuff. Post online and sign up on different apps. So when you sign up on these platforms, a lot of people don't understand, and they get a little bit confused when it comes to agencies, is that these companies are already connected to agencies that help them find the influencers. There are definitely people on, you know, the influencer side of these big brands that go out and do organic outreach, but a lot of the times it's so much easier for big brands, like let's just say Sephora, for example. It's a lot easier for them to just connect with an agency who already knows a bunch of beauty influencers that will want to work with Sephora, and then the work is kind of already done for them. So for example, I'm currently doing a campaign with Kate Spade, and it is not directly through Kate Spade New York because they did not email me. I got this collaboration through a platform called Influence Her Collective. I am a member of Influence Her Collective, so whenever there is a new opportunity out, I will apply, and then I will get the chance to work with any brand that they are currently working with. So when it came to the Kate Spade campaign, they reached out to me and they were like, hey Pamela, we're doing a campaign with Kate Spade, we would love for you to apply. I applied, I got it after like filling out the application form, and it was not Kate Spade New York that directly emailed me, it was another agency. And then the second thing was post online. I have gotten a majority of my paid brand deals because brands will find me on TikTok or Instagram, and then they will want to work with me through there. And that is simply because I'm posting my content online, I'm posting what I love to talk about, and doing that has just changed the game for me. I get so many organic like outreach from brands that want to work with me just because my video landed on their page. And again, I'm still a small creator, so if this can happen to me, it can definitely happen to you. Are there any programs that you can sign up for where you don't need to be a student? Yes, again, I'm gonna leave a list on the screen. These are some good ones. I have personally worked with them and I have no bad experience with them. They're all really great. I know some people think that a lot of these agencies and platforms you do need to be a student, but there are so many brands and the agencies like these that have reached out to me that they do both. They do students and just regular creators, so definitely take advantage of these. How do you get invited to PR events and get PR from Allure or any other brand? If you don't know the Allure store, they are a beauty store in New York, and they constantly have events, whether they're free or invite only, and it is a beautiful, pretty little aesthetic store. If you guys have never heard of the brand Allure, it is basically just like the brand but in store, so you can shop almost every makeup and hair brand that you can think of that the Allure carries. And every week or every other week, they always have free events that you can sign up for on their website. It is a great way to get exposure and meet with PR people, and a lot of the times they either collect your email or they will find like you on social media after you post online and tag them, and they will stay in contact with you. For example, I got invited very randomly to like a skincare brand that I've never heard of. It was called Yonka Paris. I went, had a great time, posted about it. Ever since then, they have just kept contacting me, and every time they come to New York, they're like, hey, do you want to come? And there's no requirement to post, so that is just like a little blurb about the Allure store. They're so great, and if you are in the New York area or near the New York area, I definitely recommend signing up for any events that they have. As for just getting regular invite to events, I got my first brand invite last February from Revlon. They invited me to their coffee truck event, which was an activation for their 5-in-1 concealer. So we were all there just celebrating the launch of the concealer. I got invited from this because they found me on TikTok. Again, I have my location in my bio for all my social media channels so that anybody who is looking for creators to invite, they know where I am located, that I can definitely come. It really is just because I'm posting online very organically. I don't reach out to people directly anymore. I used to, but now I kind of just wait for people to invite me to things. Unless it is fashion week, then I will literally like sit for hours in email. So post literally as much as you can online. Pros and cons of it all. So pros and cons of social media. Pros, you get really awesome free stuff. I feel like that is one of the best parts about being a content creator is you don't really have to buy anything ever again. Like, I am a very small creator, and when it comes to makeup, clothes, shoes, hair products, like anything you can think of, when it comes to all that stuff, like I basically never have to buy any of that ever again, because the amount of things that you can get sent is absolutely insane. Sometimes I have so much stuff that I just have to give it away to my friends and my family, because it is going to be impossible for me to use 25 bottles of shampoo in literally a year. Like, everybody, like other people deserve to use them, not just me, because I'm not going to use 25 bottles of shampoo in less than a year. Another thing that is definitely a pro is you get paid for basically talking about what you love. I'm a college student and I do this on the side just because when I graduate, I'm gonna have to pay for school. When I want to go on vacation, I want to have extra money on the side, you know, that's not from my job. When I want to go shopping and do extra things, it is just such a great way to make side income. Like, I never thought that I would have been able to make as much as I have. Just for total transparency, my first year being a content creator, I made a little over $10,000, and last year in 2022, I made a little over 20K. So in total, I've made over $30,000 from social media, which feels absolutely insane to say, but it is possible. And I was someone who used to dream of doing this since I was in high school, and now that I can do it, still feels unreal. Another pro is that you get to connect and meet with really amazing people in the industry. Anytime I go to events, I will try to find the PR person that helped put it together, or I will try to connect with anybody that I can, get their Instagram, get their email, reach back out to them after the event, say thank you for inviting me or thank you for connecting with me. I would love to stay in touch. I went to an Urban Outfitters event back in October for the World Cup, and when I met with a PR girl there, I was like, hey, like, thank you so much for inviting me, and I emailed her after saying thank you. I made some content for the event, and then I emailed it to her, and she was like, thank you so much, like, we are definitely going to keep you in touch for future events. And like a week after that, she emailed me, and she was like, hey, we have 2 more events going on. So it's all about just connecting with people and meeting them. Another really awesome pro is that you get to experience once in a lifetime opportunities. I never thought that I would be able to go to events like how I do now, and going to those things and seeing them online is 2 completely different things. Like, I love watching other creators go to events, but when you're actually there in the space talking, meeting people, and just in the environment, you just feel so motivated and excited, and you're just like, this is everything that I've ever worked for and dreamed of, and I have it like right in front of me. Some of the cons, however, is that it gets very overwhelming and you need to have a very extensive social battery. I am someone who, believe it or not, I'm very antisocial. Like, I am such an introvert. I love being home. I love being in my room. Like, I could literally be in my room for the rest of my life. I would be so happy with that. Like, I will always find something to do, whether it is editing a video, whether it is filming videos or reaching out to people, doing content. Like, I will always find a million things to do on my own in my room. And that's definitely another con, is that you kind of become like a workaholic. There is never a time where I have free time and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna take a nap without me feeling super guilty about it. I know that that's more of a personal thing, but I know other creators kind of struggle with that too. Like, I feel so guilty when I'm not doing anything and I constantly feel like I need to be working. And when it comes to deadlines, if you overdo a deadline, like maybe like a week or a few days after it's actually due, a lot of brands have lists where it's like, do not work with these people, and that's my biggest fear, is landing on those lists because I don't do something right. It can be very overwhelming. And then also when it comes to shooting content, there is so much that goes into shooting videos. Like, a lot of people don't believe it, but a few months ago I worked with Timberland and I needed someone to help me shoot the content, and I had to redo it I think like 2 or 3 times, and I literally had to wake up at 5 in the morning with my sister, go and shoot the content. It was so embarrassing to do it in the morning, like when everyone's getting ready to go to work, and I was sitting there like walking around with my Timberland boots. But it definitely can be very hard. It takes a toll on you mentally as well, because anytime I'm going through social media or TikTok, I feel like I need to be looking for the next big thing that I can create content for. So for example, if there's a new trend, I'm like, okay, this is perfect, I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna redo this later. Like, there is no leisurely scrolling. There is no, I'm just gonna lay down and do nothing for 2 hours. And also the whole social battery thing, like New York Fashion Week, it was so fun in the beginning for me because I was only getting invited to like 2 events. Now I get invited to so many different things that finding an outfit and doing all of these things can be really hard. And I know that this definitely sounds like a first world problem, but as a content creator, this is not my full-time job. I do this on top of many other things. It can be very tiring. And Fashion Week is also during the time where I'm in school, so there's sometimes where I literally skip class to go to an event because it's an opportunity that I don't want to pass up, because you genuinely feel guilt for not going to an event because the brand thought of you, the brand wanted to invite you, they probably have things that they want to give you, they probably want to talk to you, and it's like you have to go, show up, sometimes put on a face even if you don't want to be there, and it can be very overwhelming. So if you are not someone who is into all of that, those are some of the insights on what happens like on the back end. Would you buy a course that helped you get more paid collaborations? Absolutely not. When it comes to paid collaborations, you should never pay for anything when it comes to getting that. Like, I thought this was a world that was such a big secret. Like, how do you get collaborations? How do you work with brands? But literally all you have to do is just sign up on platforms, email people, and post online. That's literally it. And the work is going to eventually gravitate towards you. Like, all of those collaborations will eventually come and people will be like, okay, let's work with this girl. They will see your worth and they are going to want to work with you. Like, trust me, do not pay for anything. If someone tries to scam you and they're like, oh, you need to pay for this, like, don't do it. How do you think a small influencer can get themselves out there more? Like I said before, TikTok has been the thing that changed the game for me. Post as much as you can on there and don't ever stop reaching out to brands. For the first like 6 to 8 months, I was crazy. I literally would DM so many people on Instagram, so many brands, to one point where Instagram blocked me from DMing people for like 24 hours because they were like, yeah, you're messaging way too many people. That is how badly I wanted to do this. Like, I was emailing everybody so much and DMing as many people as I could. So really just put yourself out there within your content. Be yourself, be unique, be genuine. Don't try to be somebody else. Like, even though Alex Earl's blowing up, now everybody's like, okay, I have to post get ready with me videos in order to blow up. It's like, no, do what you want, do what makes you feel comfortable. Even though it's trending, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Just post. And a lot of people who want to be content creators always say, how can I start? And it's like, if you just never take that first step to post that video or post that picture, it's really never gonna happen. Like, being a content creator is one of those things where it's it's like you just have to start. You have to just start posting online. How to gain contacts and exposure to attend New York Fashion Week. You need to connect with people on LinkedIn, connect with agencies that are working with brands to find people who like want to attend and do social media coverage. Also, just pitch yourself organically. On the CFDA calendar, you are able to see every brand that is going. Find PR people that work on the behind the scenes on LinkedIn. Make LinkedIn your best friend. Try to find any email that you can. You literally have to go on stalker mode in order to find all of these people, because again, if you are a smaller creator, you don't really have these big connections with people yet, and it definitely helps you to get the word out. And in your emails, when you are emailing the people for Fashion Week, make sure that you are including like 1 or 2 posts that you made online related to Fashion Week, so that you're not just another person who wants a free ticket. Like for example, let's just say I email Kate Spade New York and I'm like, hey, I want to go to your New York Fashion Week show, but I don't have anything within the email that shows I'm a fashion creator. They're literally just going to delete the email and probably be like, who is this girl? Like, what does she think is going on? Within the email, I always make sure to link another TikTok video or another blog post that I made related to New York Fashion Week, and hopefully that can give them a little bit more incentive to be like, let's invite this girl. Growth tips, definitely post as much as you can. That is the only way that you are going to grow. Whenever there is a new feature introduced on a social media app, take advantage of that. For example, when Instagram Reels first came out, everybody was like, I don't want to post my TikToks on Reels, but I have seen some people say that they've grown to like 70,000 followers in 3 months just using Instagram Reels. And YouTube Shorts was like, okay, whoever's posting on here, we're going to boost them like incredibly. And that also gains subscribers for your channel. So whenever there's a new feature rolled out, literally take advantage of it as quick as you can. Also, recycle your content on different platforms. Just because you posted a TikTok, it doesn't mean that your work is done. Save the video, post it on Instagram Reels, put it on your stories, put it on Pinterest, make it a YouTube Shorts. Like recycle all of your content on different platforms. What's your advice for growing on Instagram? Definitely Reels and TikTok. All my followers come to my Instagram from my TikTok. I've noticed that because a lot of time I get DMs that are like, hey, like I found you on TikTok and I love your content. And then also Reels are so important because the reach on there is so incredible. You can get like 3,000 views in 5 minutes on there, and those are people that don't even follow you. So Instagram Reels, I feel like, is really just changing the game, and TikTok. Any advice to anyone starting out on social media? Definitely post. Sign up on platforms, put your email in your bio, make a business email like literally as soon as possible. Put your location in your bios on all of your social media so that people know where you are located. Reach out to people, email, DM. Literally anybody that you can reach out to. Anytime you have free time, just DM and email. Make a media kit. This is also very important. I know someone asked that, but make a media kit, have that ready to go. Just take advantage of recycling your content. New location, the sun was setting, so I was like, I need new lighting. But next question is brands that I want to work with this year. So I actually have my manifestation notebook for 2023, so I will show you guys really quickly some of the brands that I want to work with. I'm not going to say all of them because I do want to keep some a secret, but some of my dream brands include Jacquemus. I love Jacquemus so much. He's literally like one of my favorite fashion designers ever. He is what got me into everything that I love. Miu Miu, I would love to work with Miu Miu. Marc Jacobs. This is gonna be really random. Like, I really want to work with American Express because I saw this other influencer working with them and I was like, that would be so cool to work with a like finance company, like credit cards. Like, I really want to do that. I want to get more into like the finance aspect of being a content creator because I feel like not a lot of people talk about that. So I think working with American Express would be like so different and cool. I want to work with Rare Beauty so bad. When everyone was doing that like get ready with me to meet Selena Gomez in New York video and they all got like the little earrings, I literally cannot believe that was real. Like, I want to work with Rare Beauty so bad, go on a brand trip with them because I feel like they genuinely care about their creators. So That would be a dream come true for me. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was definitely a little bit more informative and a little bit lengthier, but I wanted to be as detailed as possible when it comes to all of this stuff. So if there's anything that I missed, or if you want to go a little bit more in depth, don't be afraid to DM me. I am always answering some questions on there. Also, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you guys really like this video. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.